Wow. I cannot tell you how awesome that sound was. If you don't recognize that sound, that was the PlayStation 1 startup sound. Every time you start up the PlayStation 1, yeah, that brings back good old memories, doesn't it? Well, anyways, I'm gonna make a PlayStation 4 video talking about the Dualshock 4 controller, the stereo camera that comes with it, and the PS4 specifications for it, and the specs and how powerful this system actually is. So yes, I'm pretty impressed with the PlayStation 4. I'm pretty impressed. Very powerful. Really good specs. Liking the controller and the touchpad and all that. And the stereo camera seems pretty interesting. Alright, so let's head to the DualShock 4. We have a touchpad here and two brand new buttons. On the one on the left is the share button, and the one on the right is the option button. And in the middle, you see a mono speaker and the PlayStation button, and at the bottom you see the headphone jack and the thing to connect the USB. And on the front you see the USB connector on the front, the light bar, and then the same buttons that you see on the PS3, but a little bit different. But they pretty much upgraded the controller. Nothing huge has changed. It looks pretty much the same, just has like a few new, brand new features. Alright, the stereo camera, it's basically two cameras right next to each other. It can record in HD 720, so yeah, it's pretty good. It's a big upgrade from the iToy that they came out with on the PS3. It's a pretty good camera, and on the side it has the PlayStation logo, and it's pretty thin and skinny, and there's a wire in the back, as you see right there. Nothing much to it. It has like a line pattern on the back, and it's pretty much squared. And then we're gonna have the front view of it, a little bit more like sideways. It's pretty skinny, pretty small. I wonder how like strong and durable it'll be, or like is it something that can break easy? Well, alright, Sony has revealed the specifications at their Sony press conference on the 20th of February. So yes, this is where they announced the PlayStation 4, and this is the CEO of Sony Entertainment, Sam Hauser, and yeah. Here are the specifications. The specifications of the system is going to have a supercharged PC architecture. It's going to be more like a PC kind of console. It's going to use one of the most familiar CPUs in the world, which is the x86 64 AMD. And it's going to have an enhanced PC graphics card, which is basically like a next generation core graphics card, basically. And it's gonna have 8 gigabytes of RAM, unified GDDR5 RAM, and it's gonna have a local storage HDD drive, like the PS3 basically. But it's a really big improvement from the PlayStation 3. I can tell you that. So we here have the specs right here. It's going to have a single chip custom processor, CPU x86 AMD Jaguar, 8 cores. It's going to have 1.84 teraflops of graphics card memory overall, which is a big difference from the PS3. And it's going to have an AMD next generation Radeon based graphics engine, whatever. And like I said, GDDR5 RAM, 8 gigabytes, that's pretty good. And it's going to have a built-in hard drive disk, and it's going to have optical drive, and it's going to have a faster Blu-ray player, and it's going to have USB 3.0, which is like super speed, way faster than the one that the PS3 has, which is 2.0. And it's going to have the same internet stuff, 802.11. The only difference is that they added the N, and the Bluetooth is 2.1, where the PlayStation 3 was just 2.0. And then the AV output, the same as the PS3, HDMI, analog, AV, and digital output. Alright, here's a comparison between the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 3 have a 7-core cell processor, but the PlayStation 4 has an 8-core x86 64 AMD Jaguar, so it has one more core, and the x86 is way more powerful than the Cell. And the Cell was pretty much really difficult to program for, which is something that Sony got away from, because the Cell was pretty advanced that the developers didn't even want to program for it, so they changed it to the x86, which is the most familiar CPU in the world, basically. That's in most of your PCs, basically. On the PlayStation 3, it had 256 megabytes of RAM, GDDR3. PlayStation 4 has 8 gigabytes, which is like 32 times more memory, and it's gonna have GDDR5, which is 2 upgrades from the GDDR3. The Blu-ray is gonna be 6 times faster. USB is gonna be 3.0, and the wireless thing is the same. They added the N. The Bluetooth, 2.1. PlayStation 3 2.0. And the controller, it's gonna have 100 mAh. I don't know what that is, but I guess it's an improvement, I guess. So, and yeah, it's gonna have a camera. Basically, it's the same thing, but the camera can now play, like I said, HD 1280 by 800, which is basically 720p, basically, and that's pretty much it. If you like this video, please give a comment, a rating, and yeah, if you want more information about the PlayStation 4, just like the video, comment down below, give me some feedback, and that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and peace out.